This is an instructional video for how to export a file from Inventor and prepare it to print on a Dremel Digilab printer here at Maine East. So once you have your part file created in Inventor, what you need to do is you go to the File tab in the upper left corner, click on it, go down to where you see Print, and hover over or click on the right arrow here, and then the option for Send to 3D Print Service. Click on that. And then what you're going to do is you're going to export it as an STL file, which is essentially a text file full of 3D coordinates, X, Y, and Z coordinates for like all the nodes or points in your part. And you need to go and click on Options. By default, it might be set to inches for the units, depending on what part or what your previous settings were or what you've done in the past. What you need to make sure to do is set it to millimeters, because that's what the Dremel Digilab operates on. Make sure it's a binary format. And also, by default, it might be set to this BREP resolution, which is a very low resolution, which is fine for printing objects with a lot of flat surfaces. But if you have any rounded surface, you're going to want to either go to low, medium, or high. It just determines how many nodes or how many coordinates are exported in the STL file. So if you have a very, very complex geometry, the file type might be getting large, but that's kind of irrelevant. Usually, if you use high, you get a lot better of a rounded surface. Say OK. So again, big thing, binary, millimeter, low, medium, or high resolution. Say OK. And now OK. And now you want to save it somewhere, USB or some drive somewhere. So I'll put mine on a USB drive I have in here. I'll just call it the initial cube, which is what I named the file. Say Save. And at this point, you want to go into the Start menu and type in Digilab. So it's the Dremel slicer software. So all the STL files, all the brands of 3D printers have their own or some type of slicing software, which then converts the STL file to more of a G-code type file, something that the 3D printer can understand for how to follow how to heat up the tool appropriately, how to follow the path from node to node, and all that kind of stuff. All right, so what you do, you say File, Open, and then you go ahead and find your STL file. So make sure it's it is the STL file you're looking for. It might show up as like a 3D object file. With this kind of thing, it's an STL file. So select that, say Open. And as long as you put it in millimeters, it will show up correctly. If you do not put it in millimeters, the orientation or the size might not be correct. All right. So things that are important. So first of all, you click on the object, and then you can manipulate the object. You can zoom in, take a look at it. One thing is you go back to my cube. I have some letters that are embossed, raised up. So in its current orientation, the letters are on the back side. So I would need to print out supports, like little amounts of 3D, the plastic filament, to help support that, because 3D printer lays down melted plastic. It needs to lay on a surface, so you need to lay down supports. Not a big deal, but for this, the embossed letters are pretty small, and if there's a little bit of support underneath of it and you try to break the support off, it might actually rip the letters off too. So it's always best to avoid printing supports when possible. So to do that, you can either move the object around using this option. You can scale the object. So if you put it in at the wrong scale or just want to make it a little bit bigger, you can scale it. You can rotate it, and this is where I would rotate mine up so that my letters, so if I rotate 90 degrees, and now my letters print up, and there's no need for me to print any supports. There's nothing hanging out over top of it. All right. The other thing is you can mirror, rotate it, do some other settings too. All right. And then the other thing you need to do is change the quality of the print. So first of all, the PLA, most of the stuff we print is in PLA. So you can, choose the different Dremel has their PLA. We have nylon, very little of it, but we have some nylon. We don't even have these other 3D printing filaments. If you want to get that on your own, you can, but just check in with a teacher first. All right. Usually, it's best just to go with the and then low, medium, high quality, ultra quality. If this is just something that is fast and easy, just to check to see if it works, just use low quality. It'll print faster and it'll still be accurate enough. If it's your final print or something you really, really need high resolution, even high quality or ultra quality, they'll just take a lot longer to print. So, use low or medium usually. And then also in terms of infill, you shouldn't ever use more than 20. There's just no need for it, especially not 100. But if you want to go to custom, you can even reduce it down to 10, 12, 15, something like that. You just don't need a whole lot of infill. The more the infill, the longer it will take. And also generating supports. I don't need supports with this. So I don't have anything hanging out over, but so you can unselect that. But if you do have something where it's something that a part of your thing that needs to be supported, click generate supports. At that point, you're pretty much done. You click on prepare. So this is when it actually does all the math behind the scenes and say, so it's ready. If you just click on save to removable drive, it will auto save somewhere. If you want to have a little more control over it, click save to file, click the down arrow, click save to file, and then click save to file, and then you can manage where it is that it's saved, right? Because mine would have automatically gone into IED, this puzzle sphere folder I have. So if I want it just generally right here, and then you can also control what the name of the print file is. And you see that this is saved as a .g code file, which is what the Dremel will actually understand. And then, so I could just call this print cube and say save. And then when I go to the Dremel 3D printer, I can take out my USB, plug it into the USB there, click on the build button, and then find that file to print. All right. When you're doing the printing, make sure that you lay down glue on the glass surface, nice fresh glue, so that way it will stick. And that should be pretty much it. If you have any other questions, please check in with your teacher.